Here's a fly ball out towards center field. This one's going back, and this one is gone! Taylor gets this one out towards center field to the short porch, and it's a grand slam! That's a floater, out to short. And it's good, off the shortstop's glove! Just like they drew it from Hollywood. Caladros, the 3-2. Swing and a miss! And the Audubon Green Wave have upset the Kingsway Dragons! Grant Fournier, 2-run shot to right.
Sorry about that, quick audio difficulties there. Welcome to the Cap Payne Gymnasium. We've got a good one tonight in South Jersey Group 1 in the first round between the Glassboro Bulldogs and the Woodbury Thundering Herd. I'm Dan Wilkins with Matt Wagner on the buttons tonight. This is a game that Mark DeRugeris has been looking forward to for a long time, and now he gets to see it come to fruition. He's been planning all season to have a tough schedule. Win or lose, the team that he would play, that he didn't have to play, that he added to the schedule as non-conference games, he made sure that they were top of the line. And what do they get? They get a tough Glassboro team in the first round of the playoffs. Glassboro had some guys hurt, but they've still got the football combo of Kenny Smith and Xavier Saab running in the backcourt tonight. Buzzer hits 0. We will have starting lineups and introductions in just a moment here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting.
Thundering Herd play host to the visiting Bulldogs from Glassboro for this first round playoff matchup. Today's contest is governed by the rules and regulations of the NJSIAA and the Colonial Conference, which promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Good sportsmanship should prevail both on the court and in the stands. This is also a reminder that all spectators must stay off the court at all times. We thank you for your cooperation. Please take note of the exits around you. In the event of an emergency, we ask that you leave by these exits in an orderly and efficient manner. Once again, thank you for your cooperation. At this time, we ask you to please stand and honor the playing of our national anthem.
You can already sense the energy from the crowd tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for the Glassboro Bulldogs. For the Glassboro Bulldogs tonight, their starting lineup led by first-year head coach Lionel Payne. Again, you've got those two football stars, Kenny Smith and Xavier Saab. You also have Aiden Harris, Tayshawn Thomas, and Will Boggins as well for the Bulldogs coming into this game 10-15, 5-5 in the Tri-County Diamond. Let's listen in for this Woodbury starting lineup.
Zalski. At guard, sophomore, number 0, Devin Williams. At guard, sophomore, number 3, Kevin Williams. At guard, junior, number 5, Jaden Farmer. And at forward, senior, number 1, Josiah Sullivan.
Well, there you go. These guys are excited. This is the first Woodbury home game in a while since these guys were state championship perennial contenders under the first era of Mark DeRogeris as head coach. And here at the Cap Payne Gymnasium, the lights will be relit, and 32 minutes of South Jersey basketball in Group 1 are ready to go. Everyone is excited. Lionel Payne ready to get himself rolling here. As it's Glassboro and Woodbury. They turn on the lights, much to the delight of everyone in attendance, and Glassboro will get themselves going. Glassboro on the left side of your screen with the white jerseys, maroon and yellow accents. Woodbury on the right side of your screen with their alt jerseys that they debuted this season. First round of playoffs is underway. Glassboro with first possession, already getting off to a hot start. That shot is missed, got a jump ball here after a scramble inside. Possession arrow will go to Woodbury in that instance, and you know, as Woodbury gets their first possession of the night, Glassboro knows that this game is a little bit personal, just not for the team, for Coach Lionel Payne. Of course, the game in this playoff scenario will always be personal to the players involved, but a 3-ball off the mark. Offensive rebound off the mark again. Saab goes to pull in a rebound, and he'll get fouled. Kozowski got the miss there. That'll be our first foul of the night. Didn't take too long. Now it'll be Kenny Smith, who went wild in the Group 1 state championship game over Cedar Grove with over 430 rushing yards and a 56-14 win over the Panthers just after Thanksgiving over at MetLife Stadium. Over in the corner, it's Aiden Harris. Another feed to Harris. Now moving back out for Will Boggins. Inside, got denied at the rim. Pulls down an offensive board. Can't get that one to go. And Woodbury, in a staunch defensive stand, gets themselves a rebound and forces a couple misses there. But again, Mark DeRogeris said to me before the game, one of the things that he emphasized the most this year that he really wanted to change from his first tenure in Woodbury was the strengths of schedule. He said, listen, we might not win every game that we play against these tough teams. We played Patrick School, we played Elizabeth, we played some schools from Pennsylvania. We did everything that we could. And it wasn't about what the total wins were in the end. It mattered that the fact that we were going to be tough and disciplined. There's a block, and there's a basket. Woodbury on the board first, it's 2-0. I mean, this is a hot start and a hot gym. Boggins feeds over the middle, spins, fires. He tipped it, was able to keep the ball alive. Now we've got a breakaway. Now moving inside again, feeds it to Solomon, who fires it off the glass. We're going to have, no, basket will not count. Basket will not count. It's still 2-0. Kenny Smith bringing it across the way. Back out into the corner. Solomon leans a foot out. Harris with room. Too long. Rebound by Solomon, the senior who versus Academy of the New Church hit his 1,000th career point at home as a part of his senior season. Also a football player and a varsity starter for the Herd. Top of the key, no good. We're gonna have a jump ball call. But what I'll tell you, when Mark DeRogeris said that Glassboro is a tough team and that we will not be underestimating them, then that is no tough feat. I mean, these guys are, again, Glassboro had a couple of injuries in the middle of the season, really hampered their performance, and they come into this game at 10-15, but still a 5-5 even record in the Tri-County Diamond, which has a lot of great teams like Penns Grove and Woodstown, and Glassboro being near the top of that division. You know, these guys are playing tough teams week in and week out, but Woodbury is just a step ahead with some of their out-of-conference schedules. Here comes another breakaway. Devin Williams gets fouled with an and one, much to the delight of the home crowd. Got up with it. Devin Williams brings down an opportunity for an old-fashioned three-point play. So now it'll be Devin Williams, the sophomore guard at the line for Woodbury. He has had exactly 500 points going into this game, 65 rebounds. In his career, 620 as a Herd. Put up 26 in his second game of the season versus Gloucester back on December 17th. Here comes a three, a wonky one at that, off the side of the board after heavy defense. Can't get that shot to fall. Wow, that was a hard hit. And now we'll have a jump ball. Now we're going to have hands flying everywhere. Some more shoves in the middle of it all. Jump ball called, possession arrow Woodbury. And this game is already intense, just 3 minutes into it. It's now going to be number 3, Kevin Williams. But like we said, Glassboro is not the kind of team that will go home quietly. Solomon off the mark. A lot of missed shots here in the early going, but it's mostly been from good defense. That was one of the first shots where it was truly just wide and a bad selection. Foul called. Going up with it was number 14. No good. Glassboro lost 50-40 in our first varsity basketball game of the season at Gloucester Catholic. So he'll make his first, made his second, missed his first. 5-1 Herd, up, another foul, another and one. Woodbury have a day. Basket counts, and for the second time in 2 minutes, Woodbury's got a second and one. And at the line, as Harris checks back in to sub out the guard Boggins, it will be Kevin Williams at the line to try to pad this lead. Here's the and one. Made it. Back-to-back old-fashioned three-pointers, as we like to call them. Woodbury leads 8-1. 4:10 to play. Another scramble. Williams took a fall. Basket waved off. Foul is going to be called on Solomon. So now that'll be the third foul against Woodbury. Another heave, almost went over the head of Saab. Hangs on to the possession. Moves back out to the volleyball line. Ball gets away. Here's Williams up off the right hand. Couldn't get it. Brought down again. This high-paced offense leads to a three in the corner. No good. Another offensive board. These guys are just not making any shots. And a foul is called. I mean, there are times where you see teams miss a lot of shots and you think it's just bad shooting. I don't think it's that. I mean, this is some really good defense here from Woodbury. They are putting their foot down, and even though Glassboro has been getting some more offensive boards, they have not been getting any lucky breaks. They've got 3:43 in the first, They trail by 7. Inbounded by Smith. High pass over into the corner for 3. No good. Oh, there's another board. Can't come down with that one. It's back to Solomon. Rather back to number 11, R.J. Hagler, the junior guard, who has been a pivotal piece off the bench. That ball will get away and out of bounds. 4 fouls already against Woodbury. 1 more will put them over the limit, which is not what the Herd want. I mean, obviously you never want to go over the limit, but it's even worse. It's kind of a cherry on top when you're in the lead and only by 7 points. Smith coming in hard and fast, back into the corner. Another feed, fired at the free-throw line, going in. Harris rattles it in. 8-3. Bulldogs trail by 5. This pass is brought in to Kevin Williams. Again, the sophomore guard, 172 points for him with 88 assists. He put up a season-high 22 and gonna have a travel call. Put up a season-high 22 back in early January in a 75-73 upset loss to West Deptford. Of course, our first round action last year saw us at Cherry Hill East and Cherokee. This game is already looking like it's going to be higher scoring than that, even with the steep defensive stands. This one gets rattled away. Williams, foul on Glassboro. That'll be their 3rd. Here in the first round of South Jersey Group 1. If you're just joining us, it's 8-3. Woodbury over Glassboro. Woodbury making their 15th appearance on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, dating back to 2022. They are 8-6 across 14 games on our network. Here comes a 3 from Devin Williams, no good. Couldn't keep that one in bounds in time. And it'll be a turnover with Bulldogs ball. It's to be brought up by Devon Barr, who hands it off to Smith. Over into the corner for Will Boggins. Here comes another steal. Left-handed lay, and it's good. 10-3. Moving it inside for Barr. Back out to Boggins. Double guarded, turns into another steal. Here he goes. Oh, how about that for a nail biter? Lionel Payne calls a timeout. Listen to this Woodbury crowd. They are rocking and rolling here in the first round. These guys are having fun. It's 12-3, Thundering Herd. A minute 37 left in the first. We'll be right back. Here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, it is 12-3. Woodbury over Glassboro. This broadcast is brought to you by Harper Driving School. Over 90% of students who take their New Jersey State driving test with Harper pass on the first attempt. If you like those odds, you can book an appointment today at Suite 4 of the Total Turf Complex, 614 Lambs Road. Woodbury with 5 steals in the first quarter. They've had a 4-point swing as Glassboro has only made 1 basket by Aiden Harris. The 3rd point came via a free throw. Harris has it at the left elbow. Bounce pass out to the left wing. Fires it inside and goes right into the chest of Jaden Farmer. The Lindenwald transfer. Moving up. Gets hit. And there's a foul. That will be the 4th against the Bulldogs. And both of these teams playing tough basketball. But the counter side of the coin is that, well, they are playing tough basketball, and you're going to get a whole lot of fouls. It's funny, we did a basketball game, women's basketball game between Passaic and RCSJ last night one of their assistant coaches actually in attendance, also an assistant coach for the Woodbury boys football team here in Woodbury City. But with Farmer at the line, he missed his first. But the funny thing is that, you know, when you look at that game, there were no fouls in the first quarter. And funny enough, then there were 8 total fouls, 4 apiece, midway through the second. And college basketball for women's plays 10-minute quarters. So they're playing 2 extra minutes. These guys are getting themselves riled up. Here comes a 3, off the mark. An easy rebound for number 15, Thomas Lewis, as Woodbury will take their time. Under a minute to play in the first. Here comes a 3, good! This place is fired up as Devin Williams adds to the scoring column. Saab gets fouled, and that will put Woodbury over the limit with their 5th foul. So Glassboro will have the bonus for the final 45 seconds of the first, and Kenny Smith will be at the line.
That's the 15th foul against the Herd.
Kenny Smith, the 5'11" senior, 1,689 points. He missed his first. 206 career assists. He had a career-high 574 as a sophomore, had 444 as a junior, 402 this year. He is right now riding a streak of 23 straight games with 10-plus points. The last time he did not score 10-plus was versus Woodstown on January 3rd, where he scored 8 in his game returning from injury, because we remember he did miss the opening game of the season versus Gloucester Catholic, at least our opening game, with an undisclosed injury. Thomas Lewis at the top of the key, slides it out to Kevin Williams. Back out. Picking it up is Lewis again, guarded by Harris. Finds Hagler. 10 seconds. Moving in, Hagler gets tugged at, and a travel is called. Seems like that's the right call. I think that was pretty clean. And Glassboro will have last ball here with 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Here we go. Getting that contact in. Smith up, fouled, couldn't get the shot. The clock stopped with 0.1 seconds left. And that'll be 2 foul shots with Woodbury over the limit. It's already the second foul against Lewis, and he's had minimal minutes so far. So Smith, with 0.1 seconds left, will have 2 foul shots. 16-4. First shot is good. This has been a phenomenal first quarter for Woodbury. Glassboro has just been trying everything that they can to get an edge. And it seems like at every turn, Woodbury's denying them, whether it's at the rim, whether it's at the foul line. I mean, they've committed 6 fouls, but you still feel confident in Woodbury going forward. He makes it, and they're not going to have time to get a shot off. So at the end of the first, how about it? Woodbury off to a very hot start, 16-6 at the end of the first frame here from the famous Cat Payne Gymnasium.
Doubleheader, reached first on an error in the first at-bat of game 2. This one's lined into center field. Slider going over. He dives. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Ryan Slider makes the catch. Not on a slide, but instead on a dive. 2 away.
Welcome back from Woodbury High School. I'm Dan Wilkins here with Matthew Wagner. 16-6 at the end of the first quarter. I mean, yeah, Woodbury's been incredibly impressive. I think that at this point in time, Woodbury's just getting themselves into a rhythm, and they are denying Glassboro a chance. They're basically stuffing the rim and making sure that whatever Glassboro tries to do, whatever advances they go for, are just going to be denied. And this is one of the things that Mark said, Coach Mark DeRuggiero said before the game. He said, listen, it doesn't matter that we're 13-14. We don't look like we're the best team on paper, but you look at who we played. You look at our game film. You look at how resilient this team is, and we set ourselves up for this position. You know, they only have 3 less wins than we do and 1 more loss at 10-15. But we're the 5 and they're the 12. He said this is not your typical 5-12. Glassboro had early injuries, and now they're coming back and they're making a good run. That basket is tipped in. Make it a 12-point game. Woodbury on top. Three of Glassboro's 6 points have been via a foul shot. Here comes a 3 from Harris, rattles out. Saab pulls in the rebound, swipes away, and how about it? Dancing all around the paint with a sliding spin move to the left, and he gets the basket to keep this a 10-point game, 18-8. Just joining us, 18-8 Woodbury. They led 16-6, up by 10 at the end of the first. Back over on top of the logo. Solomon with the layup. Woodbury 13-14 this year, but 7-3 in the Colonial Liberty. Their opening win versus Salem was turned into a forfeit after Salem had to forfeit 4 of their games due to an ineligible player. And that hurt them greatly as they now got knocked down to the 11 seed and are on the road at Palmyra. Underhand feed to Aiden Harris. Back over. Saab fouled on his way up. That'll be the first foul of the second, as this will give the Bulldogs another chance at the charity stripe. And I was afraid for how Woodbury was going to fare under this kind of new system in the second year with Mark DeRuggiero. They lost to Gloucester and then lost 4 straight versus Egg Harbor, Archbishop Carroll, Atlantic City, and Sterling. Now keep in mind, Archbishop Carroll, very good team. Egg Harbor Township, Group 4 school, over 500. They play a very tough schedule in the Cape Atlantic. Atlantic City, another deal there. I mean, they're 19-6 over in Group 4 play. They've right now, I think, got one of the top 5 seeds up there. But a valiant effort versus the Patrick School. They played Wildwood Catholic, Rancocas Valley. I mean, we were at that game on Martin Luther King Day when they lost to RV. I mean, it was a resilient game with 2 coaches of very different philosophies, but also a very strong calibered sheer will and players. You know, both of those teams had a very deep bench and were able to really use their assets well. Got a foul on Glassboro there first.
That's the first team foul against Glassboro.
So with 5:33 left in this first half. Oh, ball got tipped. Solomon's able to hang on to it. Here's a corner 3. Oh! Kawhi Leonard would be proud as a corner 3 gets the job done. It's 23-8. A floater from inside matches the deal for Glassboro as Devon Barr gets that one to go from inside. Another bounce pass, dancing across the midcourt line there. They'll have to be careful. It's back over for 3. Brzezowski, no good. These guys are getting a little bit undisciplined with their 3-point shooting as Glassboro starting to wiggle their way back in with these layups. I mean, it almost feels like an inverse of what Woodbury did in the first quarter. Solomon gets hit. Surprised at no foul there. Here's a lob. It gets disrupted. A beautiful save by Woodbury, but the fadeaway is good from Kenny Smith. A 6-0 run for Glassboro as a layup, and a mid-range floater crawl Woodbury within single digits. It's 23-14. Got pushed from the back before he could step over the backcourt line. And that was a great save there from number 2, Mark Kozowski. I mean, if he's a split second late on that, definitely in a much different position. 4:18 left in the first half. Woodbury calls their second timeout. It's 23-14 midway through quarter number 2. Woodbury up 23-14, 4:18 to play in the second. What was a very contact-heavy and foul-heavy first quarter has now started to simmer down. Woodbury led by 10 at the end of the first, even with the team committing 6 fouls. And over the limit with several minutes left. Solomon inside, basket good. Here we go, Smith, here's a 3. No good. Rebound. Immediately off the jumper. Shot is good. As the shot is good from Tayshawn Thomas. Again, a half-court press there, making sure that Woodbury doesn't have the easy opportunities. Gets blocked. It's clean, out of bounds. Glassboro ball. Quick shoe tie. That one is up, no good. Solomon, heavy check, foul. So Woodbury getting themselves a little bit of inverse foul trouble there as Glassboro now up to 3. First shot misses. As we said, Jason Solomon, the multi-sport athlete, 6-foot senior forward, which sounds a little bit backwards, but if you consider the fact that Woodbury is a very small team that doesn't have a lot of height to it, I mean, these guys are just scorers. They aren't the kind of guys like, you know, we're going to see Kingsway tomorrow, as here comes a 3 from Kenny Smith off the mark. Probably the tallest guy on this team is 6'3". Here comes a deep 3. Oh, that one was off the mark. Woodbury just seems to be getting a little bit too... Hello! We got a lob and a slam to bring the visitors back into it. How about it? Glassboro still trailing by 8. Travel call. That was the kind of basket and the kind of slam that you want to see from Glassboro to get these guys back into the game. I mean, it seemed like the Bulldogs needed some energy, needed something a little bit personal to get the Bulldogs moving. And sometimes you need something like that. It's a little bit cocky, but at the same time, guess what? Somebody's got to do it. That one gets tipped down, went out of bounds. Off the gentleman with the number 44 jersey. It'll be inbounded by Devin Williams. Taken in by Kevin Williams. The 2 sophomore twins here. A huge part of this backcourt. Another scramble. Where's the ball going to go? It will be Woodbury ball with Kevin Williams taking in the inbound. Inside for Hagler, no good. Getting a second chance. Solomon nearly stepping on the back line. Ball gets turned over. Here we go. They'll have a chance for another one. Oh, he just got pushed straight from the back. And it's out of bounds. He shoved him. One of the refs caught it. The other didn't. Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't called the first time. I mean, he just straight up shoved him. It's the second foul against Woodbury. DeRuggiero and company. Oh, wow, how about this? He gets him off the back, and he catches Solomon napping. Glassboro on a crazy run now. It's 26-20. Let's see if they can get themselves even closer, or if Woodbury can get a break. We get a foul. It's the fourth against the Bulldogs. And that is the kind of play that will infuriate a head coach, especially a culture setter like Mark DeRuggiero, you know, where he threw the ball off of his back and then got the layup. Kenny Smith came up gingerly on that play. He'll come back in. They paused it for a little bit for him to get himself back going. Lionel Payne opts to call a timeout. 2:08 left in the first half. Glassboro, don't go anywhere, because Glassboro ain't done yet. 26-20 here late in quarter number 2.
In life, the road ahead is full of possibilities, but to navigate it safely, you need the right skills. Harper Driving School is the premier driving school serving Gloucester, Salem, and Camden counties. With experienced instructors, many of whom are teachers in local schools, we are dedicated to your success and will help you master the road with confidence. With an over 95% success rate of students passing their all while avoiding the lines at the DMV and getting insurance discounts.
We chose Harper, and so should you.
Here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting, this broadcast is brought to you by Vincent's Lawn Care. Yes, it is warm out this week, but that should be a good reminder that your lawns will need some care soon. Oh, he's going to get fouled. Oh, he almost got the 4-point play. And Smith will get hit with a foul from deep downtown. And now he'll get 3 shots. They got to stop the clock. They got to tell him to stop the clock. There was a good 10 seconds that went by with after the play stopped before they realized it. Yeah, ours is stopped at 2:01. There was at least 10 seconds. Yeah, I think these guys are going to discuss it now. They're going to reset it to 2 minutes. But you heard everybody around me just like clock. Everybody's got to stop the clock. Devin Williams will go to the line for Woodbury. So he will shoot 3. Would have been a big boost for the Herd if he got that one to go in to make it a 4-point play. But this will at least amp up the crowd a little bit more here. Williams, as a sophomore, a career 77% free throw shooter, 42 for 54. He has made both. And it's now an 8-point lead. Woodbury's biggest lead of the night was 12. But Glassboro has started to chime their way back in and see what they can do. That's a 3 for 3. And that is exactly what Woodbury needed. They did not want Glassboro to get any sense of a momentum back. You know, they had a little bit of a run, but DeRuggiero now wants to put his foot down and make sure that they don't advance any further. From the elbow, it's well off the mark, off the front of the iron. Here comes another chance, moving into the corner. Some heavy footwork there. Back out to Devin Williams, sliding to his left for 3. Airballed it. A save. Wow, it drilled him right in the head. And it'll be out of bounds. Basically got caught at the wrong place at the wrong time, and his dome, his noggin, became a projectile. Hegler receives the inbound. Here's a 3. Another air ball. Woodbury is aired out back-to-back. Here's Smith now, working through the motion, spinning. Fires out from 3-point range. Ball almost got swiped away. Double coverage, leaving a man open. It's Saab. Saab from inside, fires it off the right side of the glass. Harris with a putback, and it's good. Another steal. And good. Glassboro has stormed their way right back into this game. Back out. Kevin Williams gets swiped at. Right-handed floater, no good. In a 5-point game, Woodbury is on the edge of their seat. Saab gets hit. Trying to say no contact there. Lewis will sub back in to sub out Solomon. And with 32 seconds left, it's a 2-possession game, and Glassboro is making sure that nobody on this home side of the gym is comfortable. Brought back out to the top of the key. Saab slides out. Again, some more contact there with the Williams brothers. Catch and shoot. 3! Devon Barr gets the visitors within a 1-possession game. 29-27. 8 seconds left. 3! Hello! There's 3 seconds left. Woodbury with a 3. Now they're going to fade away. Oh, so close. Kenny Smith got himself going and couldn't get the 3 ball to fall. But at the half, Glassboro now in a precarious situation. 32-27 Herd at the half. Man, that was a great sequence there with back-to-back 3s. We'll be right back in 10 minutes here on Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. It's a 5-point lead for Woodbury. We'll be right back.
Garden State Pet Center is an independently owned full-service pet store. Our specialty is promoting companionship between people and animals by providing the healthiest product choices available, including all-natural foods, supplements that support and relieve health issues, and innovative products for pet parents. Our goal is to provide our customers with a relaxing environment, and while we're not striving to be the biggest store on the East Coast, we're striving to be the best. No other pet store will make you feel at home like we do. At Garden State Pet Center, we view pets as members of the family. We don't believe in fast, high-pressure sales, but instead matching up the right pet with the right owners, as you are making a lifelong commitment. Together with our team members, we would like your visit to our store to be both enjoyable and educational. Simply drop in and take a look around. View the birds, reptiles, small animals, toys, food, cages, and miscellaneous items. Learn of the services we have to offer and decide for yourself if this is the store you'd like to call your home away from home.
Victor Santucci, owner of Garden State Pet Center. Visit us today at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon, New Jersey. We're open 7 days a week for all of your pets' needs.
2 minutes remaining. 4 fouls on St. Joe's. 1 more and it's a bonus, which would greatly help Gloucester Catholic. The moving 3 good! It's a 1-point game just like that! This place is going nuts! And now a drive to the basket by Spross. He lays it up and lays it in. St. Joe's has 2 timeouts remaining. Gloucester Catholic still has 3. Here we go. Mascaro pulls up. He goes to 3. 6 points. Jack Mascaro has tied the game with 90 seconds remaining. How will the Wildcats respond with a miss of...
Literally, they've been here twice, and they're about to score, or on the doorstep of scoring 50 for the 2nd game in a row. Xavier Terry Brown. He is still on his feet. He's being shoved forward into the end zone. But who's got the ball? Look at Jason Solomon. The ball magically appeared in Woodbury's hands, and now they're back at the 50. This one's going back. This one's going to go to the distance. I don't see any flags. Did that just go for 100 yards? I think it did. I do not see any flags as Woodbury. Oh my goodness, Jason Solomon, have a day. He is the first man not named Taylor to score.
Wow, that was good.
It will be inbounded by Pat Monahan. Oh, the ball gets away. Who's going to have it? GCIT will hang on to the possession. It goes to Stanwood. Stanwood inside. They'll get the shot off. It's good! Unbelievable! Boston calls the timeout, but will they get it? Unbelievable! Unbelievable! A double contest shot from Hellman!
Wow.
Ryan James wanted the timeout, but did they get it in time?
Welcome here in the second half of South Jersey Group 1 first round playoffs between Glassboro and Woodbury. This has been a very interesting game just because of how good Woodbury has been on the defensive side. They put up 32 points, it's a respectable number, but not a lot of threes, and they've been laying the ball up inside. But Glassboro has really been a staunchly good team in this second quarter. They only scored 6 points in the second, and they trailed by 10 points. But now they've gotten back into the game in a high-scoring second quarter. They now trail by 5, and it's now looking a lot easier for them to get back into this game. They trailed by only 2 points at one juncture earlier in the second quarter. So where has Woodbury been great? Steals. They had 10 of them in the first half. And Glassboro hasn't really found a way to counter that with their own kind of steals. They've been passing the ball around a lot, and so is Woodbury. But if you can't get the shots off, then that's not going to help you that much. I think where Woodbury is really excelling right now is the fact that they have always been the most aggressive on the ball. They're making it uncomfortable for Glassboro, and Glassboro's countering that with these half-court presses midway in the quarter. That's making it uncomfortable in turn for Woodbury. So where do we stand right now? I mean, Woodbury's in a situation where they led by 10, now they lead by 5, and Glassboro seems to have the momentum in their court. We had a very good three-point sequence there at the end of the second quarter. So if these guys can keep the energy up, I mean, this is a packed house right now. I barely have a couple feet to each side of me. So where we are right now as we get ready to go into the third quarter, there's still a lot of basketball to play. Still got 16 minutes all told. And who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be Woodbury, who hasn't played this team since 2019, back when just before Lionel Payne took over Woodbury, who coached here for a year back in 2021? Or will it be the Glassboro Bulldogs, the 12 seed, who have been doing very well for themselves in this game? We'll be back in just a moment. We'll turn this camera around for the second half of action here on DWB. Third quarter ready to go. Mark DeRogeris breaks from his timeout as Woodbury in their black alternate uniforms that debuted in their home opener this season. Lionel Payne still talking it over with his crew. This broadcast is brought to you by Garden State Pet Center. Keep your pet happy and healthy today with the most organic food products available in South Jersey. Along with toys, cages, accessories, and much, much more, visit exoticpetsnj.com or visit in person 7 days a week at 226 South Whitehorse Pike in Audubon. Woodbury will have first possession in the third. 32-27 here. Firing it across the way as Glassboro putting up, again, that double defense that we've seen from them a lot tonight, except the problem is it leaves an open look like that. Here comes Solomon like a bull in a china shop. He gets fouled on his second attempt. Solomon will go to the stripe after the first foul by Glassboro. On the floor for the Bulldogs at the moment is number 1, Alex Adelaide. Number 3, Xavier Smith. Number 21, Aiden Harris. Number 0, Xavier Saab. And number 2, Tayshawn Thomas. And for the Thundering Herd on the floor right now, it's the Williams brothers, Devin and Kevin. Jason Solomon is at the free throw line. And you also have number 5, Jaden Farmer, the transfer out of Lindenwald. And the rebound by Mark Kozowski, who goes in, can't get the job done. Second chance is good. Woodbury making this one look like a football score, 35-27. 8-point lead for Woodbury, one that they have kept rather consistent, but after a late Glassboro run in the second quarter, got them within one possession of the lead. That ball is tipped. Solomon had the last touch. They're waiting to inbound because the students are walking around the players there. Kenny Smith inbounding, brings it behind half court. Over into the corner, feeding inside for Saab. He has room, he gets fouled on his way up. First team foul against Woodbury, and it'll send Xavier Saab to the line. Saab, the sophomore, 662 points in his career with Glassboro, 195 rebounds. This season alone, 376 points. He put up 13 and 6 in a loss to Pittman and put up a season best 42 in a 96-81 win over Clayton in crosstown play. That putback is good to make it 35-30, back to a 5-point game. A high pass. Bazowski having trouble hanging onto it. And Glassboro with another steal. Saab going in for it. Now in the corner, barely able to keep that right foot in play. Alassi is able to go for it. Harris, contested shot off the left elbow. No good there. Bazowski still working through the motions and eventually dumps it off to Farmer. Bounce pass again to Solomon. Over into the corner. Here's a three. No good. Another rebound. Here goes a breakaway. No. Missed it. Missed it. Saab missed it. And in what was a move destined to be a Glassboro pot stirrer, it ends up now being a bit of a Woodbury talking point. So now at the line, we've got Devin Williams at the stripe for Woodbury. Williams misses his first. .624 left in quarter number 3. 35-30 is the current score. That second shot is good. 6-point game as Williams makes 1 of 2. Devin Williams, that is, the sophomore guard. Kevin and Devin Williams, the sophomore twins. Bazowski and Kevin Williams both defending doubly on that, and there is a beautiful move on the layup from Kenny Smith. This one's up, no good. 4-point game. This could get funky. Here we go. Adelaide, no good, foul. Late whistle there. And Woodbury will be hit with their second team foul. Looks like that's the third personal foul against Solomon. I mean, the last thing you want for either team is to get a star player fouled out in this situation. I mean, obviously, Solomon's still 2 away, but there's some other folks that are at 3, and, you know, maybe they're the aggressive type that would get you a 4th or a 5th pretty easily. What I'm a little bit surprised about is that Woodbury's student section isn't really getting that loud for these free throws. I mean, the cheerleaders are. But just, you know, usually when we're at like Kingsway, where we'll be tomorrow, they bring the boom when it comes to that that student section atmosphere. And I'm not bashing Woodbury. I just think that, I mean, if maybe he misses one if Woodbury gets a little bit louder. But of course, both of these small towns with a lot of pride. Mark DeRogeris, an alum of Woodbury, reached the 1,000-point mark with this team back in 2009, 15 years ago. Rebounded by Thomas. Woodbury keeps it in, though, after a scramble. Solomon is open. He's at the semicircle. That might have been a walk. He could have taken an extra step there. He gets fouled. And Lionel Payne had the same thought I did. I thought he took an extra step, but referees say it's clean, and it's a 3-point game. It is the third against Glassboro. And now you have Jaden Farmer coming in, the junior, who again, after 2 seasons over at Lindenwold, transferred to Woodbury. One of several notable transfers in the South Jersey realm this season. Farmer rattles in his second after a date with the window. And after those foul shots, Farmer will sub out. Looks like R.J. Hagler, the 6th man here for Woodbury, will come in. Kenny Smith has it. 5:10 left in the third. Still getting the rhythm set here in the second half. But Glassboro has made sure that Woodbury, despite holding on to their lead, does not stretch the opportunity any further. 3 ball from deep, no good. Here comes a shot for Kevin Williams. Fires it to Bazowski, who is open, no good. Harris is able to come up with it. Smith able to pick up the loose ball. Spins, fires, good! Kenny Smith doing on the court as he does in the halfback slot in the gridiron. Makes it a one-possession game. Kevin Williams, double guarded. No good there. Solomon tried to tip. He gets on the rebound. Foul. 4 against Glassboro. He's fouled out. Devon Barr is fouled out of the game. Devon Barr, with 4 minutes left in the third, has been fouled out. It is the 4th team foul against Glassboro. Thomas, one of the original starters, will come in. I thought I noticed that he had 3 fouls in the second quarter, and then he picked up 2 more. That might be one of the earliest foul outs I've seen in a long time, midway through the third. And while Barr wasn't a starter, he had several offensive contributions that would have put Glassboro in a further hole if he wasn't there. Here we go. Bazowski has it. Stepping on the corner. They say he stepped out of bounds. This will be inbounded by Saab. Over to Kenny Smith on the right hand. He's going to have to move up here. One day or another, he does. 3. Adelaide, airballed. Harris rebound, clean block Solomon. Now we've got another breakaway. Up, right hand, reverse. Solomon tries to jam it in. Gets stuck at the front of the iron. Solomon picks it up again. He's got some open looks. He takes it himself. Rebound Smith. Jump ball. A wild sequence there as Solomon, despite having an open look behind him and to his right, tried to jam the ball in, got stuck at the front of the rim. And now it will be Thomas inbounding the Smith. 3:40 left in the third. This game is quite close, and D. Ruggiero said, you made the right choice coming here tonight. It's not your typical 5 versus 12. We'll be at Kingsway Regional for Howell versus Kingsway tomorrow night. Oh, that one's going to get away. Misses wide right, out of bounds. .323 left in the third. Blocked by Adelaide. Blocked again. This time basket is waved off for a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go for Woodbury. So with Devin Williams under it, 2 clean blocks by Adelaide. The third chance gets waved off. Now he'll feed it to his brother Kevin. Back out. Devin Williams, 3! The Herd are rocking in the Cat Payne. 41-35. And now here's Smith again, firing it across the way to Adelaide. Into the corner. Saab gets tipped off. Solomon took a hard fall. And that is the 5th foul against Glassboro. So that will put Woodbury, or that'll put Glassboro rather, over the limit. And how about an early bonus, 2:52. Of course, I've seen earlier this season, but 5 fouls in 6 minutes. Woodbury has put themselves in a good position, up by 6. That one is good. By the way, my alma mater, Audubon, beat Paulsboro in the first round, 40-39 on a 3-point buzzer beater. And in South Jersey Group 3, after one quarter, 14-12, Delsea on top of Highland. Also in Group 3, Round 1, Timber Creek over Mainland, 17-13 after the first quarter. Usually we don't have time to do these kind of out-of-town scoreboard updates. But because of the fact that it's playoff time, it seems all the more important. Kenny Smith has this one. Moves across the way. Inside, Harris was the scheduled recipient. Now it goes in. Can't get that shot to fall. It's almost like there's a pane of glass on top of that rim. Basket finally falls for Glassboro, 42-37. Moving in short. Hagler couldn't get it. Smith inside. Rattled off the window there, no good. Hagler comes up with it. Hand check inside. Woodbury wants a foul, didn't get it. They're gonna move it across the way. Open look, and it's right-handed layup from Kozowski. I think Glassboro got a little bit caught up with guarding those behind the half court, that they didn't leave that open spot in the paint. As now it'll be Adelaide who gets a tug at his left side, and the foul is on Hagler. That is the fourth against Woodbury. First personal foul against R.J. Hagler. They will sub out Solomon, who's sitting on 3 fouls. Or no. Solomon will not sub out. It'll be Lewis subbing in for number 3, Kevin Williams. Smith to Adelaide. Tipped by Solomon. Glassboro ball. And now coming in for Woodbury will be number 21. My apologies there for a moment. Curtis Stokes coming in. So in South Jersey Group 1, where the bracket stands right now, here's a 3 ball that misses. Everybody's flying all over the place for the ball. We've seen that all night. Everybody is just scrambling all over the place. I don't know if I've ever seen a game this physical. Corner 3 tipped off the side of the window. Now it'll be Saab. Saab is up, left-handed lay. Solomon, with his high jumping ability, able to come down with it. Ball went out of bounds, Woodbury ball. So as we said, the only final score in the records right now is 40-39. Audubon beat Paulsboro. Hold on here, Stokes. What happened there? All right, Stokes will be in. I was gonna say, I thought Stokes came in the first place. I'm not sure, but Pittman and Wildwood, 1 versus 16. That game, I think, just tipped off. No, it was 5:30. Then another 5:30 tip-off as Mark DeRuggiero calls a timeout in time. I don't think that Glassboro wanted that timeout to be good because they said that the ball wasn't in his possession. 30-second timeout. We will stay on the air. 44-37. Let's go over the rest of this bracket. Again, Burlington City and Pennsgrove, a rematch from last year's first round in South Jersey Group 1. That tipped off a half hour ago. Haddon Township and Clayton tips off at 7:30 in the 3 versus 14 game at Haddon Township. Salem and Palmyra in the 11-6 tips off at 6. Then the final 2 games, Woodstown and New Egypt, and Maple Shade and Kip Cooper. So if my math is correct, which it often isn't, the winner of this game would now play Audubon. So the thing is, though, is that whoever wins this game, no matter what, would be the road team. So it could be Woodbury and Audubon on Saturday, or it could be Glassboro and Audubon in something that hasn't been seen since 2021, 4 years ago. Here in a packed Cap Payne Gymnasium, it is inbounded to Jason Solomon. 4 fouls for Woodbury. Glassboro over the limit. Almost stepped on the back line, turns the ball over right away, can't get the ball there. Kozowski can't get it. Woodbury ball. But again, a lot of swiping, a lot of checking there. This has been one of the most physical games I have seen in a while. Tries to get a quick move on the inbound. Inside. No good there. Ball gets tapped away. Jaden Farmer comes up with it. There's a foul. Glassboro wanted a jump ball. So Jaden Farmer will go to the line again with Glassboro well over the limit. Well, I found a bug in my system that I have to change in the fourth quarter because I realized when we did our hockey games on Sunday, I never changed the bonus back from power play, so it says Woodbury has a power play. Oh, that's funny. We'll have another sub in as Farmer goes to the bench again. That was the second foul against Kenny Smith. Again, Glassboro already had a player foul out in Devon Barr. This one's up, no good. Second chance, no good. Will they get a third chance? They're going to say he stepped out. And with 9.3 seconds on the clock, looks like Thomas Lewis will sub out here. Woodbury making some late changes at the end of the third. Here we go. Up and in off the front of the iron, gets it off in time, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, it will be Woodbury 46, Glassboro 37 here in the 5-12 game. Winner plays Audubon on Saturday. We'll be back in just a moment. Fourth quarter ready to go. 9-point lead for the Woodbury Thundering Herd. A lot of fun games scheduled for tonight. Group 2 and 4 are scheduled to play tomorrow, non-publics on Friday. And again, first score that became official with a 4 p.m. start. Audubon had a boys and girls doubleheader. They chose to go with boys first, girls second. Girls game's playing right now at 5:30. We're just past 6 o'clock here in the Cat Payne Gymnasium. Left elbow, no good. And a foul called. Woodbury will get the edge.
First team foul against Glassboro.
Back at the half-court line, it's Kevin Williams. Bounce pass, Kozowski. No good on the three. Smith rebound. No good there. Saab up and in. 46-39. It's Kozowski here. He's had a couple of key shots. Pulling up. No good on the three there. I don't think Woodbury really should be shooting that many threes. They are a better team from inside. Foul and one, Jaden Farmer. So a chance for another old-fashioned three-point play, 48-39. And this will be a big opportunity to swing the momentum for the Herd with this and one, if he gets it. Oh, wasting no time. Amari Saab blocked at the rim. Another foul this time. And now Glassboro will get two chances. He makes the first. 49-40. It's been a decently high-scoring affair tonight. Second shot doesn't go. Two fouls on Glassboro, first on Woodbury here in the fourth. Shot is waved off. Shot is waved off. They're going to call a push here before the basket. It is a foul on Glassboro, but the basket does not count.
The third team foul against Glassboro.
It is the third against Kenny Smith. Again, as we said, Devon Barr fouled out with 4 minutes left in the third. Farmer tried to get a putback going. He's got 3-on-1. He tries to jump, and a jump ball finally gets called here. Possession error will go in the way of Woodbury. Like we said, in Group 1, the only final score that's in at the moment is Paulsboro lost to Audubon 40-39. A buzzer beater won the game. Blocked. Basket good from Smith. Another shot missed. Glassboro with a chance to again drive down the floor. Basket good from Kenny Smith. 49-44. This game still could go either way. Moving in. I don't think he got a hand on it. I just think he missed it both times. Now here's Saab sliding through the floor. Travel is called as Lionel Payne looking for a foul here. DeRogeris calls a timeout. So here we are, final 5 minutes of regulation here from the picturesque Cap Payne Gymnasium in Woodbury City. 49-44. We'll be right back. .451. It's a 49-44 game. 5 points separate these two teams here at the Cap Payne Gymnasium in Woodbury City. By the way, also in Group 3, Seneca leads Shawnee 7-4 midway through the first quarter. After the timeout by DeRogeris, that was his third. Lionel Payne has used 2 tonight. bounce pass to Devin Williams. Farmer moves inside. It's baseline, right hand, can't get it. Second chance, got pushed in. 7-point game, 51-44. Glassboro again driving down the floor with absurdly good speed. Jump ball is called after the scramble inside by Smith and one of the Williams brothers down there. Smith lobs, tries to catch Woodbury napping as they did in the first half. Another chance is good from Saab. 51-46. Krasowski, bounce pass into the corner. Moving inside, Farmer can't get it. Solomon couldn't get the putback and a foul is called.
That's the fourth team foul against the Bulldogs.
It is already the fourth foul against Glassboro. And Solomon, for more times than I can count tonight, is at the free throw line. It is the third. Third foul against number 21, Aiden Harris. He missed his first. It's a 5-point game, 51-46. This broadcast is brought to you by the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators, or Dog Pro Wrestling, New Jersey's greatest pro wrestling organization with high-flying entertainment and non-stop action throughout the state. For more information on future events and ticketing, visit dawgprowrestling.com. Solomon makes one of two in his fourth trip to the charity stripe tonight. Over into the corner is Tayshawn Thomas. Oh, the ball pops out right into the hand of Saab, who gets hit, and a late foul will be called. That was after the ball went in. The foul is on Solomon, which presumably that is his fourth. It's the second team foul against Woodbury. And now Glassboro will get a chance for an and one.
Back to the line to try and convert.
Referees are talking it over here. Aiden Harris is going over into the corner. Is he getting medical treatment? I think so. I think that's the athletic trainer for Glassboro over there. Looks like they're going to make a quick switch here. DeRugeris speaking with an official along with the assistant coach. So here, what's the deal now? It'll be Will Boggins coming in. Boggins will come in to replace Harris, who obviously presumably injured himself. The and one shot is no good. Ball rolls away into the corner. Who had the last touch? Glassboro gets the ball. 4-point game. By the way, that buzzer beater was by Liam Nixon, the combo guard for Audubon in his senior year. Kenny Smith, with Xavier Saab receiving this pass. Back over to the top of the key for Smith, sliding out for three, no good. Rebounded, Boggins is good. 2-point game. Lionel Payne calls a timeout, and by golly, the visitors are fired up. It's a 52-50 game. Full timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. 2-point game. Well, I'll tell you this, Woodbury is a passionate bunch of people. I mean, these fans, they might not have kids on the team. They might not have relatives on the team. Some of these guys, especially, I wouldn't say the older crowd, but those that have been here for a long time, these guys are here as fans of Woodbury. You know, some of these guys are donning the gold and blue jerseys, baseball-style jerseys, football-style jerseys. Some of these guys are just here to support the team. And, you know, that's what you love to see in a Group 1 environment, is that a sport like basketball, especially with their back-to-back state titles in 2017 and 18, alive and well. They miss. Glassboro can tie the game with a two-point basket. In the corner for the lead. No good. Rebound. Harris. No good there. Will they get a third chance? They do. Game tied. There is a foul. It's on Woodbury, and the game is tied. 52 all. A beautiful shot from inside by Xavier Saab has tied the game, and for the first time since the tip, Glassboro has struck even. Misses the shot to take the lead. Saar gets the ball ripped away, and he takes the lead. Xavier Saab with 4 points. The foul and the offensive rebound to take the lead sends the visiting side to my left in a frenzy. Kevin Williams has it. 2-point game. Moving inside. Blocked at the baseline. It is the 5th foul against Glassboro. It puts them over the bonus. In my opinion, that looked like that was all ball, but basket is good. 1-point game. Kevin Williams at the stripe. He's been here 3 times tonight. He will need his second to tie the game with 2:21 left in the 4th. Got it. Game tied. Here is Kenny Smith. Although Xavier Saab is on the floor, and if you're Lionel Payne, who do you want taking the last shot? You don't have a shot clock. We were here a month ago when Rancocas Valley used the final minute and 25 on one possession that ended up being a baseline jumper to win the game from their 6th man. There is no guarantee that Glassboro even turns over the ball here. They will make sure that Woodbury is the one that makes the first move. I guarantee you that. In the corner. Harris shakes off a defender. Fires it across the way to an open man. Moving inside. A long reverse. Can't get that one to go. Harris can't get the second shot to go. He's hit. Jump ball. Glassboro turned from cheers to jeers as they thought it was a travel. The entire bench thought it was a travel. Jump ball, Woodbury ball. Payne is irate. And Woodbury has the ball with 1:37. This is unreal. This is why we come to these basketball games. This is why the grueling regular season that Woodbury had with one of the toughest schedules in South Jersey. They call a timeout to disrupt the rhythm. 1:25. The bleachers are shaking beneath us at the Cap Payne Gymnasium. Holy goodness. It's a full timeout. Don't go anywhere. 1:25 left in the 4th quarter. Well, I hope you heeded our warning and told us we told you don't go anywhere, because this is going to be potentially DWB classic material. I mean, if you're just joining us, you came in at the right time. Our South Jersey Group 4 playoff game in the first round from last year was Cherry Hill East and Cherokee. Game ended 32-29. Like we said, feet are stomping. It is a wild atmosphere here at Woodbury. Back over to Kevin Williams. Minute 20 left and counting. Moving it over to RJ Hagler. A minute 5. Glassboro chance for defense. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. There is exactly 1 minute left.
1 minute.
And I mean exactly. Here we go. The final 60 seconds potentially for one of these two teams' seasons. Glassboro was hampered with injuries in December, came back, and during the middle of my speech, Lionel calls a timeout. It is a full. We'll be right back. 51.3 seconds on the clock. Glassboro calls time. Well, it all comes down to this. 51.3 seconds. I'm honestly not sure how many timeouts each team has. You'd have to imagine they're running low. But Glassboro, a team that was hampered with injuries early on in the season, they didn't have one of their best scorers, Kenny Smith, until early January, missed the month of December. Lionel Payne standing on the second row of the bleachers to make sure his message gets across, to get a bird's eye view. 45 seconds left. It's back out to Adelaide. 40. It's 54 all. 5 fouls for Glassboro. They're over the limit. Can't afford to lose the ball here with Woodbury being as efficient of scorers as they are. Saab to Smith, sitting on 3 fouls himself. Crossing over Kevin Williams. Glassboro could very well have the last possession, or we could go to overtime. Let's see what happens here in the Cap Payne gym. The crowd is going nuts on both sides, telling them to do something. 12 seconds left. Kenny Smith has it, double guarded, tries to work through the traffic, brings it to Saab. 7 seconds left. Kenny Smith has it, moving forward, through the lane, in the paint. Good! Good! Glassboro's got it! Bulldogs are gonna win the game! No, DeRogeris called a timeout. DeRogeris called a timeout. Fans are storming the floor. Woodbury had a timeout left and they called it. How much time is gonna be on the clock as the floater over the middle from none other than the man that the Bulldogs, I mean, there's not a single player that I would have not wanted to have Glassboro take the final shot with. They reset the clock to 2.3 seconds as a floater working through traffic by Kenny Smith gives Woodbury the lead. He split the middle through a double guard in the semicircle. And there will be 2 seconds left. Glassboro looking for a date with my alma mater, the Audubon Green Wave, as they had to get all the fans off the floor. Again, everyone is standing in this gym, parents, students, and relatives alike. I don't know if this should advance the ball or not. There's 2 seconds left. 2.3. What can the Herd do? They pass it along. Half court heave. Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh! The Woodbury Thundering Herd have brought the campaign gymnasium to its knees. Half court heave. How do you do? I'll repeat myself again. How do you do? I have never seen anything like that in my life. 2.5 seconds was all they needed. 57-56. I can't believe it went in. I can't believe it went in. That was from beyond half court. And the Woodbury Thundering Herd have a date on Saturday with the Audubon Green Wave in a 5-4 game with a tough fought and deserving win. The Thundering Herd have done the unthinkable and have turned this game into one of the best we've ever seen. What just happened? What in the world just happened? Oh my gosh. Glassboro falls to 10-16. Woodbury's got a 500 record at 14-14. Folks, you're going to want to rewind your tape. I have never seen anything like that in my life. I'm looking at it on my phone now. That shot looks like it was from Krasowski. It looks like it was from Krasowski.
I have someone's car keys with a lamb or a dog and a Puerto Rico state.
Oh my gosh.
If you lost your car keys,
57-56. I do have to commentate a game tomorrow at Kingsway. I might be cooked. Oh my gosh. That might be the greatest moment I have ever seen on a basketball floor. And I've been doing this for a couple of years now. Mark DeRugeris dapping up the fans in attendance. Oh my gosh. That's the final from tonight. Can we say DWB Classic for crying out loud? From our entire crew, our social media coordinator, Haley Mejia, our graphics crew, Gavin Van Rel, Caleb Lane, and Liam Nolan. Liam Nolan and Alex Pollock. My producer, Matt Wagner. I'm Dan Wilkins. We'll see you at Kingsway tomorrow for the first round of South Jersey Group 4 between Howell and the Kingsway Dragons. 57-56. That half-court shot is going to be on some picture frames. It's going to be on TVs all week. Have a good one, folks. That'll be all. Woodbury wins.